Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bladecast TV. I'm Captain Lust, also known as Frank Elliott, Community Manager at Tailworld Entertainment. I'm joined by Victor. How are you doing, Victor?
I'm good, Lust. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very much for asking.
That's good.
So we are now live. The match is Geese Pack versus Apis Europae. It's the semi-finals of the WPL2. Tell me what your initial thoughts are about the match. You're our analysis guy for tonight. I'm going to be doing the play-by-play, but Victor, you're our expert. And just what's your initial thoughts on the match? Who are you thinking is looking hot tonight?
Well, I'm flattered. I am the expert right now, and to be fair, I think we all have that immediate thought. Oh, AE, they've always been title winners. Why should they stop now? But Geese Pack have they started off, as a quite a large team. They had a lot of players from different teams, such as Castell and IR teams like that, and they're high quality players, but we didn't know how they would form as a team. We didn't think they would crash and burn early, or were they going to go high? But they're in the semi-finals, and they've proved to many people, us, me included, that they're a team to be reckoned with. So I think this is going to be an interesting match. I hope it is.
Interesting match. So Geese Pack took out one Wookiee in the quarterfinals to make it through to the semi-finals and play Apis Europae. 8-6 was the score. Pretty close match, but one Wookiee looking very strong, I think, this time around in this tournament. I think
Yeah,
that's a very good victory for them. Geese Pack sort of going from strength to strength. I mean, they have strong leadership in sort of players like a Liveran. I think that's a lot of depth in their team. Looking around the players that they have, but
yeah.
when you look at Apis Europae, they smashed Heroes and Inquisition 12-0 to make it to the semi-final B. That's a big score.
That is a big score, and I think it wasn't really in our minds. Heroes and Inquisition. They were one of those teams that in previous tournaments they've dominated. I remember the time when Heroes and Inquisition came out with a massive win against AE, but the reason that AE is so dominant is their ability to adapt, and they came back and they won, like
Exactly.
smashed 12-0. And again, it was like this time around there was no different. They smashed Heroes and Inquisition. They knew their strengths, weaknesses, and I think they've gotten ready for this match as well.
I think that's fair. There's something that we've seen AE do time and time again is they sort of take a loss at some point in the tournament. They avoid the burnout. I think this is something which we see a lot of teams talk
Yeah.
about. I think we had the interview with Raiden and Menethil when we saw their match. I can't remember who it was against right now, but they were
Mm.
talking. I mean, especially I can't get into the server, by the way. The server is full. I'm going to need some extra slots to get into the server. Just going to let you know about that. Someone can help me get in. They talk a lot about burnout. It's something that we see the Turkish team do in the Nations Cups, and it's something that Apis Europae have always understood very well and always, I think, avoided very well. They play it very very easy early on early on in the tournament.
Mm.
They don't sort of go too hard. They know that it's going to just be too much pressure on them. It's going to be too much stress, and they know they have the ability to really take it easy as well. They don't need to work too hard in the early stages. It's other teams that are really sort of having to go the extra mile, put in the time in training to beat teams like Apis Europae, whereas
Defo.
they're able to sit back a little bit more, and then go and smash Heroes Inquisition 12-0 in the quarterfinals. Feel really confident going to the semis against a team like Geese Pack, who are obviously, as you say, the underdogs here. So I'm feeling the same thing as you. I would say I'm feeling like the pressure is on Geese Pack to really perform here. Also, as a new team, like you say, with a lot of different, as Raid will often point out, they don't perhaps have the cohesion yet, as they don't really have the
Mm.
years of experience together.
Yeah.
Whereas Apis Europae is a team that have been playing together for a very, very long time. It's a big,
Yeah.
big advantage. What Geese Pack are going to need to bring here is maybe some surprise tactics, maybe some outstanding individual performances. What are
Yeah.
you expecting Geese Pack to sort of try and do to overcome the challenge of Apis Europae?
I think they need to. I think, like you said, instead of a burnout, but more specific down to this match, they need to not burn out early on in the rounds. They need to focus. They need to not worry about losing the first two or three rounds, because that's how AE gain momentum. They break the spirit, like they break the backbone of the team early on, and then it's just downhill from there. I think.
Wait, so wait, okay, wait, sorry, I don't want to call you out here, but you just said they don't want to worry about losing the first two rounds because that's how AE gain momentum. So surely they do want to worry about losing the first three rounds if that's how AE gain momentum. Surely
But
that's
that's
exactly what
that's
they
what
want to worry
teams.
about.
Yeah, but that's what they play on. They play on teams losing, and then
Panicking
they just
about losing
yeah
the first
they
two.
worry
Okay,
about it,
okay,
and
no,
then
okay,
they're
I
like,
see what you're
oh my
saying. I
god.
see what you're saying now.
So
So,
this
so
is
they,
this is what they need to do.
so even if they do lose the first rounds, they need to not panic about it and not let AE gain momentum and not let AE
Yeah.
get inside their heads. Okay, that's fair enough.
Mental
I just
game.
wanted to clarify that.
no problem.
I'm glad that you're tolerant of my efforts to clarify. What about dangerous picks here for Geese Pack especially? Who are their players who you think are able to put in a dangerous performance, perhaps surprise Apis Europae and sort of put them on the back foot?
Well, if we look at Tarday's preview, which is, I'm sure, something that will take as a source of information.
Definitely look at Tarday's preview.
They've put Tarde has put some key players as Anchor, Rainbow, Pepper. I would definitely agree with Anchor. He's a solid infantry. He's going to have to work. He's not got a lot of work to do in terms of the rest of his team, like not helping out, because he's got players like Darklight who can also put up a mean fight. And Christo, he's controversial at the moment. People have been saying, oh, he's too hyped. He's not as good as people say he is. But this will be a time to correct those mean things about him that's been said, and it'll time to put in a performance. Their infantry will have to put up a strong performance against the likes of Scar, Gibby, players like that who can just take it away.
Okay, fair enough. And what about Apis Europae? What about from their side? Who you think is the big titans who are going to be hard to take down? I mean, you're thinking Peter. That's the first name that comes to mind.
That is a difficult question, because you can just look at the whole roster and really say Titans. But I mean, at the moment, Scar has been on top form. He's been really scary. Peter as well. I've noticed Shema Forash has been back as well. Both of them have been outstanding players. But with the new addition of Seegers as well, people have also a controversial player, but he's not been lacking. He's stepped up, and I think he will be a key player today. But there's always the strong players that they have, like Deacon, Bliv, but I don't know. Obviously, the activity of these players I'm not too sure about, but when they've got...
Bliv likely to be playing? Surely Bliv's not playing. He tends not to play.
I don't know. I mean, they just copy and paste the roster, don't they? But I mean, looking at recent performances, they've definitely got the players that they need. There's no one that they're lacking. They've got the Rangers, they've got the infantry, they've got the Cav, they've got the brains. I really don't see any faults in their lineup.
They've got the brains. Who's the brains in a hit?
Well, I mean, we really think of Azan, don't we? But he's not the only one, don't we? We know M. I know M has always helped out, but they're all equally brainy.
They're all equally brainy.
They're all equally brainy.
It's a very, very political answer there.
Yeah, I mean, I might cause some... I don't know, but I mean, I think in terms of brain power, there is certainly a collection of it in this match.
Do we need an IQ test?
I think the collective IQ in this match is probably more than the community in general. We have players like Watley and Oliveran, and then Azan, who, by the way, I think his degree is in mechatronics, which I had a look at, and it's basically every single word that includes tronics in one degree. So, I mean, come on, how clever do you have to be to do that? That's
all those
mental.
tronics.
All those tronics in one degree. But then,
okay.
The likes of... Oh no, I think that's too controversial. I can't say that now on stream. Not on air. But maybe certain players do bring the average IQ down a little bit. But then they make up probably in gameplay.
All right, before we start getting on the head measurements, let's hit the map intro. I believe we have one. Do we have a map intro? We don't have a map intro for us. I'm sorry for raising expectations just to be disappointed. Are we live though, or are we just... Are we live? I think we seem to be live.
I think we're live.
We have some good luck, have fun.
We have a lot, good sportsmanship early on.
Okay, we just need streamer. So someone can help us out with that. Here we are. All right, okay. Let's have a little look at the class setups here. Tell me what's catching your attention here first of all.
GP going pretty standard at the moment. Two in.
I think they've got mirror setups, right?
They do. So nothing too, audacious out the front. I think that's kind of wise from both teams. They don't want to do anything too crazy.
Not perhaps excessive for this map, or you think 4 is a good choice?
I think teams like these with the Cav talent that they have, I think that they can pull that off. Whereas some teams maybe taking an extra inf or an extra ranger might be the norm.
Yeah, I think if you have 4 cav, it's not a bad idea. I also think these are 2 pretty good cav factions, I want to say.
Yeah.
Vegas and Swadia. I'd say probably pretty balanced on this map as well. I don't know how you feel about that, but I mean, as a crossbow, I certainly like the shape of this map. I like that there's a lot of corners, so I don't feel like I'm too overpowered by the Vega archers here, although perhaps some people would disagree. Also, you've got LaRue, who's arguably best crossbow in the scene, playing for Apis Europae as well. Big compliments coming out.
Big compliments.
That's no small praise as well. I mean, I have over 92 Benedetto points, so...
Yeah. Oh, man. Bringing out the Benedetto points.
I think, I don't know, I've quite a lot. Ooh!
Opening
that
kill.
That goes down early, so that's Nele there, playing as Zarap, picking up the first kill on Serkan, who was playing as a horseman, so one less man in the cavalry charge there for Geese Pack.
Yep.
Flag was being raised by Geese Pack early on. Crystal Vicious was raising that flag up. It's gone right back down now. 54 seconds left on the clock. And you kind of have, you've got the situation now, you have GP kind of hold up in this tower. A not willing to push in. And they're actually going to back off and hold that flag now. You've got Scar and Supreme Patriarch, who I believe is Deacon, sitting on that flag right now. In comes Peter. Oh, great couch lance. Peter.
Unfortunate, Christo.
Showing why he's a legend of the warband scene. Really quite a live around there, and a little bit of trouble. With that white horse, let's keep it alive.
Oh,
Rainbow now to shoot. Pretty free on that flag now. There's not really much to deal with either of these archers, except for Zap Raptor. Great counterfire. Brilliant work. Oh, and Pete takes out Keanu as well. In 2 seconds after I said that, both those archers gone down, and now it seems completely hopeless for Geese Pack. No range support. What he needs to do some magic in. Nice work from Sub-Zero. It's going to take down Scar. But no, dropped by Peter. Watley does bring down Deacon, but only so much he can do, I think, at this point. Bellendor. Oh, Watley with a double kill,
double kill.
It's a 3-on-4 situation now here. Oh, but the flag is high for I think it was like the first round. So, ooh, not bad. Liveran Watley picking up a couple of kills there.
Well
nice work there from Liveran. Dropping
Nele
till
the end.
Yeah, Liveran does eventually go down there, but there's good work from GP fighting to the last second, just as you say, getting that goal. So tell me what sort of happened in that round. What was your analysis of how that round played out?
Well, I think it was GP opened with the initiative and they went on the flag. You know, they put a little bit of pressure on AE, forced them to make a move, but then that it wasn't really in GP's favour because they took out Cav early on second. I don't imagine that was great in terms of that open flag. And then it just kind of, it was a bit back and forth, but we saw AE did get on the flag, and then that's where they just held GP. They just weren't able to regain any momentum that they had. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think that moment as well, where both those archers were taken down, that was pretty critical. I think really nice work from AE there. Both those archers just caught napping pretty much, especially Keanu. But you know, in the case of Rainbow, it's more just brilliant counterfire from Nele. So just great skill showing through, great instincts. Peter just recognizing that threat and eliminating it really efficiently. That's the kind of thing which is going to win you rounds.
And he makes it look so easy as well.
If you're a clan leader of a fledgling clan, you watch these special moments, because that's going to win you rounds if you can cultivate that kind of fantastic gameplay.
Well played.
Okay, second round here. So flag is spawning over by the barn. I want to call it the barn. I'm sure there's a more scene name for that, but barn is what we're going to be calling it here on the Bladecast TV.
You heard it here first.
That's the barn.
That is the barn.
And neither team choosing to raise it just yet. Seems to be pretty standard. Take it easy. Let the flag raise. Bit of a fight breaking out right now. Very tense. Teams kind of having a bit of an early skirmish. Rainbow dropped. And yeah, the harassment from AE has been really effective here. Actually, no AE players have gone down at all. Kid Fister with 2 kills. So who is playing as Kid Fister? Is that Axel? I'm not sure.
No, Axel's.
Oh, it's Shema. It's Shema
Fresh.
There you go. That's not a very nice name. I don't like that name. Peter goes down from Serkan takes him down. Okay, so we got. I'm missing this fight. Where did Bernard just take down LaRue? I don't know where that happened.
Oh, it's over towards the flag, but things are kind of happening everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, I think GP is still with a stake in this round, but Nele pretty much shooting pretty unchallenged here. Bernard not able to take him down, now able to keep shooting here is Nele. They're not putting down Scar though with that bump. Oh, brilliant kill there from Nele. Does take down Bernard finally, and it's still very close.
It is very close.
Down to Watley and Chris though. Watley without a shield though, very vulnerable here to Nele's fire. Doing what he can, spinning around with that lance. Someone making it work. Christo's dropped. I think what he's had it. I think he's had it.
Nelly pulling
Nele
out
going
some
6-1
dangerous shots.
right now, having an absolutely massive game so far. 6 kills in 2 rounds, the opening 2 rounds of this match. And Geese Pack, they look overwhelmed. So this is the point where you told us, Victor, the Geese Pack need to not panic.
Yes.
But if you're
They need
Geese
to-
Pack,
they need to
how
focus.
do you not panic right now? How do you convince your team that it's not the right time to panic and that there's still some hope for them? What can happen now?
Well, I think they need to focus on the positives. You know, the rounds were close, they weren't stomps, but they need to also kind of do a bit of critical thinking. They need to see, oh, okay, well, who's the biggest dealer on their team? Obviously, Peter's going to be a massive threat every time he plays, but at the moment, Nelly's pulling out the biggest performance, so they need to focus him down and take him out early.
They need to address the archers. They need to address those crossbowmen. How do they do that though? What's the change that they're making? How are they going to start doing that more effectively?
Well, they need to. Before AE caught them out, their archers were in the open, and I think both of them got taken out early on by Cav. That's something that they need to not do. They need to put their archers in positions that they're not just going to be taken out so easy, and they need to put pressure on AE's archers.
Perhaps some Dragoon style play could work for them here. Send over some Cav, dismount, keep those archers busy. We haven't seen many dismounting Cav, especially on the Geese Pack side. Perhaps that could be an option for them.
It could be, but if they haven't practiced it, I think they'd be a bit afraid to try that now.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Semi-final.
Keanu here looking very, very vulnerable. Flag has spawned over by the tower right now. GP did a bit of work to raise it, but they eventually decided not to. And, well, Olivia and Crystal have gone over to help Keanu, and they seem to have walked into the bear pit right now as the vicious bears of Apis Europae circle in. Low health on a lot of these GP players right now. Oh, Xana's taken down by Rainbow. Was reared up. The GP did a good job there. They had to send players over to support Keanu.
Yeah,
And they've actually managed to do so effectively, but they have sacrificed the health of their 2 infantry. So, is that a trade-off that they're going to be happy with? I'm not sure, because A, looking in fine health, full HP on all of the remaining players.
Sirkin goes down.
Yes. MF Rash. Dangerous
Doing
player
his
there.
job.
He does like that all pike. Look at that all pike.
He's doing dangerous work with it.
Dangerous work for his enemies, I would say.
And AE doing the right thing now, forcing GP to make a move.
Yeah, good timing. Around that 40-second mark, exactly want to be hitting that flag. Now it's higher. All the pressure on GP. Liveran, easy bump there. No support from the Cav. No real range support either. Oh, the AE just whitewashing this.
Oh, wow.
Have GP crumbled after losing 2 rounds, just like you called. And is the momentum of AE insurmountable at this point? Nice kill from Render there.
For this round,
Doing what he can to keep this going. Eventually, cut down by Scar. Scar, a fine player. Would you say he's the top infantry in the scene at the moment?
I think he's one of them. I think there's a lot of heavy talent out there, because
Heavy talent
because I think it's nice that in our scene still, like, compared to other scenes maybe in what we'd class as esports, a lot of talent can converge into one team and just wreck everyone else. Whereas now it's quite evenly spread, so you have a lot of the top infantry and top cav and top archers in AE, but there's also equal amount just in other teams. So I still don't think it's not fair to say that AE are the overwhelming force.
It does seem like that they do have effective recruitment, though. They certainly do snatch up a lot of the hot players. People want to play for AE, they want to play for that great team, so it's fair enough.
I feel like they're Barcelona. They pick out the talent.
Explain this analogy. Barcelona. AE is like Barcelona.
So we have the other minor football clubs, maybe like the Premier League. So we'll have teams like Dortmund, classed as IR, both German sides. As soon as talent begins to ripen, AE sees it, they spot it. However, whether or not Seegers was, hot during the moment that he was picked is up to debate. I think the scene will remember this as the time that Seegers was recruited, and whether or not he'll fly high or not, we'll have to see.
Will he fly high like a seagull?
Maybe, or maybe not a goose.
Or not a goose.
Not a goose.
Do you think that the salaries on Apis Europae have gotten out of control? That's the real question.
With the brains of Azan, he's manipulating those wages, definitely.
You think he's cooking the books?
I think he knows exactly what's going on. He knows the strings to pull. He's got his team. I do.
Okay,
I do wish
I
to
no
point out,
longer
though,
understand this analogy. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore.
You did compare AE to bears, which I thought was quite ironic, seeing as bees and bears, they are natural enemies, aren't they? Bears go for honey.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that we're.
I don't know.
No,
I
I
think
suppose you're right. No, maybe they are natural enemies. You're probably right.
maybe some of the bees will be offended by your recent
That
comparison.
comparison. Well, if any of the bees have been offended, I would like to apologise right now. What I want to use this opportunity for, just while we have a short little break. Peter said there's going to be 1 minute more. I think 1 minute is just enough time for us to mention the sponsors, and I know you want to hear about the sponsors.
Of course.
Would you like to take turns on them? Do you have the page up?
I can access it within 10
You
seconds.
get the page up. You get the page up while I'm mentioning Jest Servers. So first sponsor I want to mention is Jest Servers, very reliable server provider, recommended by your homeboy Raid, and providing 6 tournament servers. Not 6 tournaments, although that would be great.
That would be
suggestion
awesome.
there for Jest Servers. 6 tournaments for the scene. 6 tournament servers, just as great almost for the Warband Pro League. Hit the next one.
Our next one is Mark Mods. They've been a steady provider of tournament servers for many tournaments in the past years for Warband, so we just want to thank them for the 9 tournament servers that they provided.
Thank you, Mark. Mark, great guy. I could definitely recommend Mark Mods. Tailwind Entertainment, that's the company that I work for, providing 3 servers. Being slightly upstaged, I want to say, by the server providers here, but 3 tournament servers that have got a good amount of use nonetheless. And we're very happy to support competitive Mountain Blade at Tailwind. So there you go.
Calradrian servers, again, also providing 3 tournament servers. They do come in use, so we just want to thank them for that as well.
Calradrian servers. Also 3 tournament servers from the Kingdom of Swadia. Thank you very much for contributing and helping out the competitive scene. Kingdom of Swadia, a very old institution, an old and noble and historic institution, I would describe them as. So thank you to them.
We also want to thank Steel Series. They provided 12 mouse pads. That's more than I own, so it's definitely a contribution that we're grateful for. So thank you to them.
Logitech, somewhat of a rival company to Steel Series, I want to say, but great that they can look past that rivalry and both sponsor the Warband Pro League 2 and support Mountain Blade Esports there. I think that's great that they've really shown that initiative and risen above the day-to-day capitalist competitive rivalry that they have and work together to support Mountain Blade competitive. So thanks to Logitech for providing 5 gaming mice. And the last, but certainly not the least, I'll leave it to you, Victor.
We have G Fuel. Now it says 23 packs. That is not to be confused with 23 packs of G Fuel. It is 23 packs of G Fuel. I imagine this is... no, they've provided winning... What's the word I'm looking for?
G Fuel is an energy drink manufacturer that has been providing high-quality products to athletes, esports professionals, and others to help maintain an active lifestyle. Now, I can't say that I've tried G Fuel myself, but I can say that if you're into the kind of thing that G Fuel is, which is an energy drink, that G Fuel is just as good, if not better, than the competition. All right, I think we are now live, so let's hit it.
Do you reckon Geese pack a can of G Fuel by the computers as they're playing?
I would say that's damn near a guarantee.
We should hope so. With a
Okay,
Logitech gaming mouse.
I want to talk about interesting things that are happening with the class setups right now, because we are now live, we're back in the game, and it's all gone crazy. They've decided not to go for the 4-2-2 that they were going for before. A going for 3 archers on the Vegas side. GP going for 3 infantry on the Swadian side. Do you like that Swadian infantry? Is that a good idea, or are they completely insane?
Well, I think they recognise the cav threat, and they do realise that Swadia have all pikes, very devastating anti-cav weapon. So I think they've made the right move. And I think AE have also made the right move by adding another archer, because they saw how devastating they were before. So if something works, you're either going to do it or you're going to do it better. And this is exactly what both teams are trying to do.
Exactly. I like that. If something works, either do it or do it better. that's a good rule to live by. And the flag has spawned on the icy. I mean, it looks a bit like rock. And the ice effect here, I'm not too happy with. But nevertheless, I don't want to insult the map maker. I'm not totally sure who it is, but respect to them. Defeating could tell that now, right? Deafening?
He could probably.
Doesn't recall. Okay, we have that information. I'm sure someone in chat's going to tell us. The flag is spawned over by the boat on the rocky icy lake. Slightly raised now by GP. I'm not sure I'm convinced by the 3 infantry. I don't think this is going to work. Especially not when Oliver gets mashed up immediately by Deacon and Scar
Christo
impales Christo. Absolutely crushed. Beautiful infantry play there. You can tell Scar and Deacon, they just know how to play together. Rainbow bringing down OGL though. OGL not making a great impact as a sub there. And there's been an expendable archer. Double kill picking up here. From the range players on both sides. Nelly picking up 2. Rainbow picking up the triple kill right now. And Rainbow Pepper have great spots here. How can AE deal with this? They're sending players to deal with it right now. Although they're not. They don't seem to be. Bit of an oversight here from AE, but they still do have a player advantage. GP need to make this position advantage count. They've only got 34 seconds left. And they're running out of time to turn this over. Scar is pulled down the flag now. This is critical. They have to get players on the flag right now. But how can they walk into this crossfire? Anger dismounts. Okay, if Anger can stay alive on this flag, it doesn't seem likely.
Rainbow's getting in there as well.
The flag is still high for AE though. They need to play aggressive. They need to play really aggressive. I think AE have surely got this. Only... Oh, brilliant shot by Pepper though. In fact, oh no, I think it's the flag. The flag is high enough. That's going to be a win. It's not going to be a draw. The flag is high enough. They can turn it right now. Yeah, AE have taken it down. But great effort there from GP. Oh, Azan almost gave it away at the end there. But the fine work of LaRue and Shema, that's going to be enough to hold the round together. So, positive things to take away from GP there. I think they had a great position. That archer position really started working for them at some point. But it was maybe a bit too late.
Even though they didn't get the victory, I still think it was a success. They made things work. That Rainbow was critical in getting that round back, and their positions were great. They did try. I don't know if they tried to deal with the enemy archers. I mean, Nelly was still there. He got a double kill. They did kill OGL early on though, which was a good kill to get rid of one of the archers.
OGL,
it was good play.
A player you've played with in the past. How would you rate his debut round in this match?
His debut round, I don't think is an accurate reflection of his overall abilities. I mean, I think he's capable of a lot more. We all know he is.
We all know he is. Now he's a great guy, a very talented mountain.
I'm sure it was just early nerves. You know, we all get them. Even a veteran player like OGL will be feeling the nerves and the pressure in this semi-final.
Absolutely. When his team is 3-0 up.
I mean, he has
pretty much coasting at this point.
Yeah,
we can all choke in that situation. It's a lot of pressure to take on.
Yeah, I mean, he's a valuable asset. He needs to keep doing what he's doing, not dying. I mean.
Yeah, no, he needs to stop doing what he's doing immediately and do something else. But yeah, just the opposite of what you said. That's all he needs to do.
That's exactly it.
Exactly it. All right. Well, the flag has spawned pretty much under the feet of GP, and they've compounded that by moving their players around the flag. I would say in somewhat of an attempt to hold the flag as AE move towards it. That's some warband tactical analysis for you right there. And why don't you tell us what's going to happen right here? Are AE just going to win this round like they won all the other rounds?
I think GP, unless they get rid of these 2 infantry straight away, they're going to lose this round.
You think it's the infantry? I'm more concerned about the archers. Look at this.
Yeah, but then they can move on.
Look at the crossfire they have with LaRue and Nele right now. It's a perfect crossfire.
There. Look at them. They're not doing anything.
Well, the archers are not doing anything. They've got the only 2 kills so far. Are you crazy?
No, I'm talking about GP. Look at them. What are they doing?
Oh, right. Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh,
look at this. OGL, he's taking down Pepper. He'll be happy with that one. He'll be happy with that kill. Bit of rivalry.
OGL.
Look at this. Nele completely unchallenged.
We just pumped you up.
Oh, my God. Look at Nele go. This is completely ridiculous.
This guy.
Again, he's got 6 kills in 2 rounds. Oh, triple kill. That's a 7-1 after 2 rounds. I mean, GP just had no answer to that immaculate. I mean, that crossfire was ridiculous. It was a perfect surround, perfectly structured, perfectly engineered from. I realize I'm stepping slightly onto a territory with the analysis.
No, it's completely fine.
But I mean, it's exactly what happened. I mean, how? Just tell me what GP needs to do to deal with this crossfires and close down these archers, because whatever they're doing right now is not working at all, and they're not switching up their classes. So what do they do to switch up tactically?
Well, as the expert in this team, I really think
our commentary team, is that the team you're referring to?
This is the team that I'm referring to. Yeah.
Okay, an expert.
As the expert on this panel right now, I think they need to get rid of an infantry. Their infantry clearly aren't doing anything. They've got 1 kill between 3 of them in 2 rounds. Nelly's got more than their whole team combined, I think.
Yeah.
And that's telling you something. They need to respond to that.
The same as all the whole team combined. That's some quick maths for you right there.
So that's saying something, isn't it? That's
saying one thing, which is that Nele's got the same amount of kills as their whole team combined.
And the other thing that it's saying is GP aren't doing very well.
GP don't have a lot of kills, and Nele has lots of kills.
That's what we're saying, but
basically what's happening.
GP, I think they they needed to get back. If they wanted to have a strong hope of winning, they needed to at least get one round. And if they can't, then I'm very dismal in the future.
If they
for the
can't, then
next
it's
map.
only one round, and AP have won the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's
literally,
the
it'll
situation.
look dismal, but it will also mentally be dismal for them.
Literally and mentally dismal. Okay, so
My word.
This round is, I would say, this engagement has started also dismally for GP. Pete's picking up a double kill right there, and the infantry for GP is almost gone. Anchor is, oh well.
OGL.
And a little bit of a free treat there from OGL. Just trying to make it more interesting for us, so we appreciate that on the Bladecast TV. But essentially, this is pretty brutal stuff here from Atlas Europae. OGL taking down Serkan there. Sub-Zero, there's a shield there. He's going to get shot down, surely, by somebody. Oh, brilliant shot there from OGL. That was a very nice one. I caught that one. Great shot. And Anchor taken down there by Shaban. So that's the end of the first map. And I got to say, very rude stuff there from OGL. We don't appreciate that.
Oh, no.
Very, very rude.
To his own team as well.
Yeah. And especially a nice guy like Scar, who's done so much for the scene.
Yeah, I mean, what did he...
Show some goddamn respect.
What did he do to deserve that?
He just showed OGL stats for what they really should be. Team killing, selfish, kill grabbing. No, I like OGL. He's a good guy.
Wow.
He's a good guy. I take that back.
If we refer to the comments on some of the stream, the Imp's, I'm going to quote here, Imp's job is not to feed on open maps. Quite right, really. I mean, that's
good commentary. That's the kind of commentary we could use on our team / panel.
We need some bluntness right now, and that is the bluntness we need. The infantry were not doing anything.
They were feeding.
Whatever their mission was, it clearly failed.
I'm going to say right now, so far, that this match, GP have disappointed. GP have disappointed. I mean, now you're trying to beat AE on Sandy Bush? Seriously, trying to beat AE on Sandy Bush?
It's not happening, is it?
All AE do is play like 3v3 infantry. This is their favourite thing.
Yeah, don't they play first to 50 duels? I mean, this is how epic they are.
That's how hardcore they are. Legend has it, written in the scrolls, Apis Europae play first to 50 duels. At GP, they have that kind of infantry melee practice? I don't think so.
Judging on the performance of the previous map, I think it's safe to say that they don't do first to 50s.
Wow. First to 50s, they get you better performance than that.
I mean, we don't want to take them down. You know, GP, they have a lot of talent.
They've done well. Semi-finals is it's a brilliant run for a team that's just formed. There's no denying that. It's a great
achievement. Yeah. But I think that's what AE do. They shut you down. They don't really care how new you are. They'll take you out and push you under the carpet and forget about you.
No matter how new you are.
Showing no mercy, exactly.
Yeah, well, there's no. Well, it's the Warband Pro League. It's not the Warband Amateur Hour, is it?
No, it's not. Damn right. AE are
the
here
Warband
to
Pro
win.
League. There's literally, I don't know how much money there is at stake, but there's a whole lot of money at stake, as far as I'm aware.
There is.
A whole stonking load of cash, and Apis Europae, they want that.
And a lot of G Fuel.
They want the G Fuel. They want the money.
The mouse.
They want everything
pads.
that comes with G Fuel and money, which is a whole lot. I want G Fuel and money. Why I should be playing in this?
Why aren't you? You should get a complimentary G Fuel pack.
For my sterling work in the commentary box. Is that what you're suggesting?
That's personalised with your face on it.
I didn't say this, all right, G Fuel. I didn't say I should get a complimentary G Fuel pack. But you know what? If you want to send me one, I won't turn it down.
You'll happily accept it.
I would not turn that.
Are you saying that you endorse the G Fuel? Does Tailwield endorse it?
If it would get me G Fuel, then I'd say a lot of things about G Fuel. Pretty much anything, I would say.
Anything? Wow. This is an opportunity, G Fuel. I think you need to take this up with Lust.
For a free 3-pack of G Fuel. Are you kidding?
Come on, I mean, what is this made of?
What wouldn't a man do?
Dish out one
3-pack.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd take one.
Back to the match. That's so important.
I was still looking for the prize money. Do we know how much prize money there is? Maybe our producer, Deafening, can fill us in. Yeah, we don't know how much prize money there is, but I know it's basically thousands of dollars. Well, I don't know that, but I think it might be. and split between the 20 or so players on the AE roster, and probably not Black Tie because he hasn't played at all. That's you probably good amount of money per person. You probably get, I don't know, a whole load of Warband Steam trading cards, I would say, with that much money.
How much do you reckon per hour it is? Do you reckon the hours that they've invested in this game is worth it?
I wouldn't say they should quit their day jobs right now. Not at this point in the matchmaking competitor scene. I wouldn't say that it's quite at the level of sustainability that we're aiming for players to be quitting their jobs. But I mean, for someone like Shemafarash, who probably has played about 8,000 hours, probably looking at about 10p an hour or less, a bit.
I mean, that's more than he's earning now. I mean, doing it for nothing. I mean, maybe in his job, I'm sure he earns more.
I would suggest he probably would earn more than 10p an hour, but who knows? Maybe not.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're presuming to know Shema Forrest's life, but we don't really.
He could be working for 3p an hour.
He could be working for G Fuel.
I don't want to suggest that G Fuel pay those kind of wages.
No, but maybe
people. They're a sponsor of the tournament. I feel like that's disrespectful to suggest that they're basically.
No, but maybe he volunteers his time. He knows how much of an asset.
I don't think it's a volunteer company. I don't think.
Can you not do that? What, could you not volunteer at Tailwilds?
I don't know the legal status of volunteering for a corporate company like G Fuel. But
what about Tailwilds? Could we volunteer
seems
for
unethical. Them? We have volunteers, and I want to shout out to our fine forum staff for keeping the forum clean
volunteers.
And moderating. They are volunteers. Yeah, we absolutely employ volunteers.
We love them.
I was a volunteer myself once, and I like to think of myself in many ways still as a volunteer.
Would you go out to the nations that these players go, and would you be a salesman? Would you go up to their doors and be like, would you like some Tailwilds endorsed G Fuel? Would you do it?
No, well, it depends if I... Yeah, I'm going to see the world. That sounds quite a good way of doing it.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? You'd see all these places. But anyway, the match is happening right now.
It's Sandy Bush. Are we live?
It looks like we're live.
For this? Okay, no map intro for Sandy Bush. Who cares anyway? Rubbish map, right?
It's the best
map. I'm just joking. It's the best map. Everyone knows it's the best map. Of course it is.
Yeah, of course. We call it Sandy because, it's Sandy.
That's its name?
Yeah, that's his name. Okay. What? Can you give us some insight into the inspiration? Why did you call it Sandy Bush?
No, I can't because it's live. They're on the low road. A leading 6-0. Early kill. First kill to anchor. That's a good start for GP. That's what they need. It's kills.
Come on,
exactly.
GP.
The aggression from AE here, though, is looking very, very dangerous. Gibby getting stuck in. Europae's M, the famous duelist M, stuck in the melee right now. Deacon picking up a kill on the lift round. Zerkan, low health. Watley, big swing, big miss.
Oh, my word.
Oh, Peter and Deacon picking up double kills right now, and GP crumbling into thin milk dust right now.
Milk dust.
Goblin, the only player remaining, or the only player to die on AE, sorry, except for the other one who did. Just Belendor remaining. I don't think Belendor's got what it takes, I've got to say. Belendor's beauty,
I hope.
What was it, Shop of Beauty? Belendor's Shop of Beauty.
Shop of, yeah.
It may be beautiful, but it's not going to win you round.
Unless he can offer some sort of, free logo right now in the middle of the match for a win, I don't think it's going to happen. Come on, Belendor. Use your talents.
God, what's the personal logo right now?
Paint a picture of battle. You need to draw your way to victory. Oh, he's found Peter. Oh, no.
He's missed him. I think if I was going to pick one player that I thought I could take down out of all the AE players, I think Peter would be my last choice. I mean, look at it.
What a way to go.
I'll just pick the best warband player ever. That's the one I'll try and take down. And
literally,
I'll pick the best player there is, and I'll go right for him to try and, damage AE and slow down their God Advancement.
He looked weak.
Not the best choice, I think. And he was really punished there. I mean, Peter did not make that look very difficult, let's face it.
No, but he doesn't though, does he? He makes everything look easy. But when you're playing it, it's not that easy. Just to let you guys know, in case we have any newcomers, it isn't this easy.
I have over 4,000 hours in Mountain Blade Warband, and I am literally terrible. So that gives you an idea of how hard this game is.
Exactly. You can invest as many hours as you want, but you're just not going to beat AE.
AE have won, by the way. We should point that out. That it's over. Game over.
Yeah.
and that's why the teams are essentially just charging in. Are we going to shut down the stream at some point right now? What's the plan for this, Stephanie? Do we play out the set? What's the situation? Okay, so we're going to continue for the time being. I think we're going to see 2 very quick round series. Well, this one's almost over. Oh, GP1. Oh, GP1. We weren't really paying attention to what was happening there.
Yeah.
AE, I think, just kind of rushed in, not really focused too much. Let's watch the last kind of round, but we can sort of talk over it and have
a nice discussion about what went well. We can do the green penning that we do at school, you know, what went well, even better if. All that stuff. So what do you think went well, Lust? What went well for, well, obviously not a lot for GP, but I mean, what do you think they pulled out that you thought, okay, that's good? Very little. Oh, it appears Lust is inconvenienced at the moment, so I think I'm going to do some self-reflection.
Sorry, I muted. I'm sorry about that. Okay. They had one round where their archers looked mildly threatening for about 2 seconds, but then they immediately died. So, but those 2 seconds where their archers looked mildly threatening, I think that was a positive.
That was a good 2 seconds for GP.
That was a positive. I think the rounds they're winning right now, I want to not give them too much credence, and I want to say that A have perhaps switched off a little bit. They've perhaps eased. I want to say they've eased down from 5th gear to maybe
neutral.
Maybe neutral. It's probably more
they're reversing right now. I think they're about to park.
Yeah, I think you might be right there.
They're parking in the winner's bay. They know it.
The winner's bay. Is that a reward for WPL? You get a great parking spot.
Well, I mean, do you have one at Tail Worlds, Lust? You know you're important when you have one.
Or a driving license. So.
But I mean, you could still get a parking space. You could just tell them that you had a car.
I could get a parking space. I could say that I've got over 1,400 followers on Twitter.
You've got 4,000 hours in Warband.
Have you never heard of Captain Last?
Come on.
Don't you know me who I am? That's what I would say, and they would go, "Oh, I'm very sorry, sir," and I would have a parking spot. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know you're powerful when you can get a parking space that says your name on it.
I don't know if I could get my name on it. I don't know if that's services.
Do you have your name on your desk? There was one of those little flash signs that says.
My desk faces a wall, so it would be futile. I could have it facing myself, just to remind me who I am. I could have that.
In case you forget conversation.
No, not the most prestigious spot, I would say. It's not like you're imagining like a skyscraper, and I'm sitting in a big corner office. People walk in, they ask me for things. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
When we build this empire of Mountain Blade Esports, maybe one day, but no, right now I face a corner actually. But that's actually, that may sound bad, but a corner desk with an L-shaped desk, that's one of the best ones you can have in the office. So
you have a lot of space, don't you?
I have a lot of space, yeah. No, please, come on.
Oh,
please,
God,
please.
Do you reckon this would be a good reward for AE to send them some little, like name tags with their name on it?
Little nameplates so they can put on their desks. I don't know how many. Maybe it would be a good reward. When Azan's working in the mechatronics lab, he can pop that up.
But we'd have to put it in their warband name, AE Azan. So when people ask him, like, what's that? Oh, it's this game that I play online. I won it. I mean, he'll get instant plus 50 reputation in the workplace.
Have you ever been to an office? Do you know how?
I have been. I do know how they work. Unfortunately, they're not like they are in the movies. They're very boring and dull. There's not a lot of social interaction.
I mean, reputation isn't a numeric value. That's the first mistake you're making there.
Yeah, we can't
more
really
of an
measure it.
intangible concept. With numerous factors into play. It's not really a linear idea either. Reputation, it's.
But if we could put reputation as a number above your head in the workspace, how full would your reputation bar be? Out of 100, what would yours be in the workplace? Yeah.
Pretty high, I would say.
Would you?
No, I've got pretty good confidence about how high. If it was a numeric value, out of 100, I'd say easily like 70s, 80s, I would say, reputation.
Would you describe yourself as an alpha male?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Do you reckon most of it are alpha males in their workplace or education?
I don't think that a team dynamic would allow them to be all alpha males. I mean, that just wouldn't work. I think the stream down now, by the way. Let's get back to the match. I think we've gone on too wild a tangent. Although I'm enjoying your line of questioning, I think maybe it should be saved for a later date. I want to kind of wrap this up. I want to say that unfortunately it wasn't the most exciting, thrilling game. I do feel like it was a little bit of an easy one there for AE. But you know what? It's going to be the finals. Random Potatoes versus. Do we have any update on the score of Random Potatoes versus Irish Rebels? Look away if you don't want to know the score of that match right now. Do we have any updates on this?
I will check with my inside sources. Ooh,
Random,
12-3.
okay, so pretty convincing win there from Random Potatoes. I think this is the big clash that people were hoping for. Random Potatoes versus Apis Europae in the finals of the Warband Pro League 2. I think it's going to be a very exciting match. I think it's time to wrap this up. I don't think we're going to have an interview, or do we have an interview lined up? I think we're lacking Calamity. So Calamity normally produces for us. So we have Deafening, who is talking in my ear right now, and he is the guy who handles the camera work, and he sort of kind of co-produces, but also manages the camera as well. So normally I have an extra producer to handle these kind of things. I don't think it's really necessary to have an interview. We are going to be having a round table soon, which I think is going to be like a preview for the grand final. I don't want to guarantee that, but I think it's going to be happening later. Calamity's got the lowdown on that. I'm going to be on it, so definitely watch that. But I think the interview right now is not so necessary. I don't think there's too much to talk about from that match. I think it was pretty one-sided. Good effort for Geese Pack. You know, well done for them for getting so far. But ultimately, Apis Europae have crushed your dreams and your bodies as well.
Unfortunate.
So, sort of final thoughts. I do want to quickly run through the sponsors again. I'm not going to do the full wrap-up, but I just want to bang through them very quickly. Jest Servers, thank you for your provision of 6 tournament servers. Thank you to Marksmod for 9 tournament servers. Thank you to Tail Worlds for 3 tournament servers. Thank you to Corellian Servers for 3 tournament servers. Thank you to Keeper Swadia for 3 tournament servers. Steel Series for those 12 mouse pads. Logitech for 5 gaming mice. G Fuel for providing 23 packs of G Fuel. G Fuel is an energy drink manufacturer that has been providing high-quality products to athletes, esports professionals, and others that help maintain an active lifestyle. So definitely get on that G Fuel. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to Deafening for helping with the stream. Thank you to my co-caster Victor. Thank you to the teams for putting on a great show. Thank you to everyone for watching at home. I think that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, bit of a quick one. But do you have any closing thoughts there, Victor, or are we gonna shut this thing down right now?
I think we should just shut it down. I mean, it was an expected result. We didn't think it would be this far one-sided, but you know, it happened.
It does happen. Nonetheless, thank you for tuning in, supporting Mansory Esports by watching the streams, and tune in for that final. I may well be there if they have me back.
I'm sure they will, Lust.
I'm sure they may. I don't know about you. Maybe they. I mean, I think you did okay, but I don't know if it's final material. No. You were very good.
I'll have to reflect later.
I feel very bad about that. It was a joke. It was a joke. Victor, it's always a pleasure to cast with you. And I think you did very well. The expert of this evening. I think we're going to wrap it up now. I think Shemar Fresh is asking for an interview right now. He wants some fame, which is understandable. But I don't think that. I'm going to make the executive decision here because we don't have Calamity, and I'm going to say it's not necessary, and I'm going to wrap the stream up. I want to thank a few more people. Though. I want to thank the tournament administrators and referees, everyone who's sort of helping out and sort of keeping things together for the tournament. It's been a really well-run tournament, I think, so far. And it's no small part down to the fantastic admin team. I want to thank Olivran for putting together the new admin mod and being efficient in that, because obviously there was the update for Warband and a few things had to change. So I think that the admins did a really good job of handling that, and Olivran's got the new mod, and the streamer mod's updated now, so that's great. And you probably have the updated mini-maps for tonight, so thanks to me for doing that, because I'm great.
You are.
I think that's about it. You can follow me at Captain Lust on Twitter. I always want to say that one. Victor, what's your Twitter? Jabman Dan?
It is indeed, but don't follow that. I post useless tweets.
Do follow at Jabman Dan and tell him to tweet better tweets. I think that'll do it. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh, Navino wants a shout out for being another program camera guy. So there you go, Navino. There's your shout out. And just thanks to Playcast TV and everyone basically at Playcast TV.
Yeah.
Especially Deafening for doing the great camera work and making the whole cast more professional, because I tell you what, it's 10 times easier to commentate. We don't have to focus on all these crazy, finicky production things. It is far more complicated than you can possibly imagine. And I know, because I did it for ages, and not anywhere near as good as what Deafening does. and even that was insane. And I always felt like I didn't get enough credit for it. So it's a not enough of a well-thanked task. Post on the forums. Don't hold back. All right, I'm going to wrap it up now. It's going on for a bit too long. Thanks, Victor.
No problem.
And good night, everyone. You say good night as well.
Yeah, good night.
There you are.